This is going to be interesting because this is what was asked of me. Do you think you can teach a master class on character development and dialogue? That's huge components in storytelling, right? Huge elements. So I had people, you think you're going to teach a master class in an hour? Oh, trust me. If it takes me an hour, I suck. Okay? You guys are going to get it and the light bulbs are going to turn on and you guys are going to be firing away with your character development and their dialogue. Did you guys catch what I just said? And their dialogue. You see, that alone, that little nugget right there will separate you from the masses. Just that little piece of information, if you only took that, how many times have you ever heard somebody says, I don't know what to write. I don't know what this character is going to say. I don't know this. Okay? A lot of people say that all the time when they're writing. Okay? You're not going to have that challenge. You're going to get to know your characters and you're going to be so dialed in with your characters that your story is practically going to write itself. Ha ha ha. Those are big claims, right? This is what you're going to get from this workshop, this class right now. And it's just a quick class. It's a quick hour class on character development and dialogue. This is what you guys are going to get. You are going to get a little bit of knowledge, okay? You're going to get the basic framework of character development and dialogue. You want to know why? Because everybody's doing the same thing when it comes to their character development and their dialogue. Everybody's doing the same thing. If you notice, and Sonia's here, awesome. And Ivana was here. Oh, there she is, and Ivana's here. But listen, this is so important. If I give you a nugget, I'm going to tell you, those are one of the keys that's going to help you unlock this mastery of your character development and dialogue. So if I tell you, you should, I can encourage you. But if I say, you should focus on these areas, please take it to heart. I get compliments left and right on my character development and dialogue, okay? My films, if I write them, my stories, they're either going to get sold, optioned, or produced. There's no other option. You see? Now, I'm not talking necessarily about the $100 million movies because I haven't written a $100 million movie. But if I write something, it's going to be made. It's going to accomplish its purpose. And that's the kind of confidence that I want you guys to have when you're writing. Because there are writers, and you can shoot your hand up if it happens to be one of you, but there are writers who will literally be writing their story and saying, I don't know if this is any good. Anybody ever do that in here? No? You guys are the exception to the rule? Nobody ever thought, I don't even know if this story is any good, yet I'm writing it anyway. Nobody. You guys are amazing then. Oh, Sonia, thank you, sis. But listen, if you don't want to chat, you can put it, or if you don't want to talk, you can put it right in the chat because I want to know where you guys are at because it helps me to know what I should talk about, what I should really push, what I can just kind of gloss over. So I would appreciate it if you guys just kind of let me know because I'm here to get you guys dialed in, right? You guys, I'm dialed in. I keep studying, I keep learning, I keep growing, but I'm dialed in with the confidence of knowing that if I write something, it's getting made. My book is going to be published. And not only is it going to be published, it's going to sell copies. And my marketing sucks. I'm terrible at marketing. I don't even want to be good at marketing because I don't want that to be the focus when my focus is you guys. I want to make sure that people know who you are and the work that you guys are doing. I want to make sure that you guys are separated from the masses. Okay? So if you guys are cool with that, I'm going to give you guys the tools to do that. You guys, is that rocking? You guys good with that? Awesome, awesome. So that was the question. Can you teach a master class on character development and dialogue in an hour? And my response was, if it takes me an hour, I really don't know what I'm talking about. How's that? So you guys are in for a ride because I'm not going to overload you with knowledge on stuff. Because that is not the issues with people's character development and dialogue. It is not. Because the knowledge is out there and people are acquiring that knowledge from all the same sources, which are phenomenal sources. They're great sources. So you guys should do this as a test just so you know that I'm not making this up. Go in your little writing threads and say, what's the best book on how to write a book? What's the best book on how to write a screenplay? And see what comes up. What classes should I take? And see what comes up. you're going to see the same books and the same names and the same classes, the same workshops, the same YouTube channels over and over and over and over and over again. Come on, is that true or not true? Have you guys ever asked that question? Anybody? Michael said yes. Sonia said yes. I want you guys to acknowledge this because it is very, very important. My goal is simply to get you on the road to mastering your character development and your dialogue. You're not going to master it right now in an hour, but guess what? I'm going to take you off of the road that everybody else is taking and put you on the road to mastering character development and dialogue, okay? So it's not gonna take me an hour to do that because I'm not gonna dump a bunch of knowledge on you, because even though all those books are out there and they're great, and the workshops and the classes and the YouTube channels and the webinars, all that stuff is great and fantastic, but everybody's doing it. But why are, see, I always say why are people's stories terrible? You guys do realize, because I want you guys to acknowledge, if you don't know, well, let's talk about it, but you do realize that most books that get written are very bad, right? Yes or no? Yeah. Most books, the masses, they're in the terrible or okay categories. Guess what? Okay books don't sell. Okay books don't get published by publishing companies. But everybody's reading the same books, studying the same material, doing the exact same thing, and getting the same results. Terrible and okay stories. All right, so how do we elevate our stories to good and great, amazing, terrific? How do we do that? That's what I'm going to share with you. How to get on that road, because clearly you should be doing something different than the masses. And if you're not hearing that, you're missing an important point, okay? You should be doing something different than the masses. Study the great books. They're amazing, okay? Sid Field, he rocks the house. He's awesome. Robert McKee, boom, you got it, baby. Just those 2 books alone, you can kill it in the story and screenwriting game. Just those 2 books alone. But a lot of people read a whole lot more than Robert McKee and Sid Field and Trotter and all these other, Blake Snyder or whatever, the beat sheets and stuff. They read and consume a lot of information. But why are the books terrible? Somebody answer me that, you guys, since you're being so quiet. If everybody's doing the same thing, right? Why are the books that are coming out terrible? Or the screenplays that are coming out terrible, not getting sold, not getting optioned, not getting produced? Anybody have an answer to that?
Because everybody's doing the same thing.
Hello. All right, anybody else? Anybody else?
Egos too. Everybody thinks they know how to do it.
Oh, there you go.
Material, and it's boring, like you've been saying, or repetitive, or there's missing details. But it's just like everybody thinks they're so good.
Yes. Yes. Okay. That's good. I'm going to set my timer, okay? I didn't set my timer. It is 7:10 now. When you finally get it, because my goal, remember, I got an hour to try to get you on that road to mastering character development and dialogue. Now, is it going to take me an hour? Heck no, it better not. Seriously, I don't know what I'm talking about, or I don't know how to encourage, inspire, and direct, and all this other kind of stuff. But when you get it, when the light bulb clicks in your head, I want you to put it in the chat. Just say, I got it, or I get it, or I'm going to rock this thing, or I'm on the road. Say whatever. But
I was 10 minutes late because the power went out right in the middle of my air conditioning.
Oh, gotcha. Hey, my air conditioner's going on overtime. Look at this. And I'm in a comfortable room, but that fan's going, it's just not working. But this is normal for me, so don't worry about it. Okay, but everybody's doing the same thing, guys. Everybody's doing the same thing. Guess what you can do that is unique? Oh, and by the way, Savannah, I didn't really get started. So 7:10, I'm starting the timer. It took people 10 minutes to start saying, I got it. When in my last class, in my first class earlier today, 10 minutes. And then after about 15 minutes, and then about 18 minutes, people were coming in saying, I got it. I got it, right? And so when you get it, when it makes sense to you, how you can put yourself on that road, that is what I'm trying to give to you. I'm going to give you some general knowledge, the nuts and bolts. But the nuts and bolts is what everybody else is doing. Guys, do you hear what I'm saying? The nuts and bolts, everybody's doing the same thing. The one unique thing that you can do is allow the nuts and bolts to come through you. The only unique person, right? As far as the 8 billion people on the planet, you are absolutely 100% unique. So if you take the nuts and bolts and you take all that knowledge, okay, and you allow that to be filtered through your individuality, your uniqueness, then what you're going to be presenting is not what everybody else is presenting. Because you're unique. The way you see things, the way that you view things, the way that you feel, all these different things, who you are as a person is 100% unique. So you take the knowledge that everybody else is giving you, including me, allow it to go through your unique, right, filter, and then you start living what it is that you're learning. Listen to these words. You cannot live forever off of someone else's revelation. You cannot live forever off of someone else's revelation. Well, what do you mean by that? I mean, I'm giving you knowledge. You take that knowledge. I give you these words, these revelations. Oh, light bulb turns on. Now you take that knowledge into yourself, a unique person, completely different than me, and you allow that revelation to work in your life. You start living that, writing that, and it becomes a new revelation. You can still hold on to the same one, okay, because it got you somewhere, but now you are actually working from a new revelation, which is yours, which is unique to you. You see what I mean? Does that make sense? Anybody? You getting it? Okay, cool. All right, so we got some people chiming in. So here we go. This is, you guys remember that Denzel Washington movie, right? Equalizer, when he started his little timer. Boop, you know, before he's about to do a smackdown on people. Yeah, I remember that movie. I like that movie. That's what we're doing here. And some people are already saying they got it. So what we're going to learn is the easy approach to great storytelling and screenwriting, but we're focusing on character development and dialogue. So if you struggle in these areas, you shan't anymore.